Hey friends, it's Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, back for video number 30, and it's October 4th, 2020. Hope you're all doing well and COVID free and staying safe at home stitching. Um, it won't be a really long video. I say that every time and then it goes longer than I think, but I'm not going to show quilts today. And I'm just going to show you what I've been working on, some haul and some finished pieces that I have from around the house. It's my husband's birthday, so um, you always say you're a year older, but took all year to get there. So you're really only a day older. But I didn't want him to have to spend all afternoon doing what he does, editing and all that stuff. So no quilts. Maybe next time I'll have more quilts. But hope y'all are enjoying the beginning of October. It's even starting to cool off here in Florida. So I know some of the other videos I've watched, people said it's getting cooler. So we're going toward Christmas. But for now, let's just enjoy the fall or autumn. So I thought first I'd show you some of the things I just picked up from around the house that are part of stitching that I've done in the past couple of years that, kind of goes in all the little displays and stuff. So anyway, let's see what's first. This is this was part of the Country Sampler Stacy Nash Club, and this is called House on Pumpkin Hill Pin Keep. Came just like this with the backing and everything. Didn't come like this. Obviously, I stitched it. It was a kit, and these were the things included in the kit. So, trying to open my eyes more. My last video, I was like, I look like I just rolled out of bed. Anyway, here's the pattern. I'm pretty sure it's been released. There's one that's kind of a companion, and it's done. It's very similar, but it has it's done on like a creamy fabric, and I'd like to do it too. I'd have to search for it. I think I have it kitted somewhere. So, turned out cute. The linen was charcoal gray, 32 count. Doesn't really say who it's by. Anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed that. So I just have that sitting. I have a wooden, like an old crate, like that you would put oranges or something in a wooden crate on my kitchen table, and I have a candle and just some greenery, fall orangery in there, and then I have just a couple stitch pieces in there. So the next two pieces are gifts. This was a gift from a friend in my stitchy group. At one time we did an ornament exchange, and I got this one. I'm pretty sure it's either I think it's probably a Little House Needleworks. I'm not sure. A for Autumn. It's very cute. I don't know the name of the pattern or the chart. I'm sure there's probably more letters that go with it. This was also a gift. I got this at the first fall Midwest cross stitch retreat that I went to, and this was the gift I got. It's this really cool box, and I put her name in here so I would never forget. Lisa Reel made this. Now, when we made them at the time, you didn't know whose name you had or anything. It was one of those, number 2 or whatever. And it was actually one of those ones that people could steal, Chinese auction or whatever they call that. But this was the second thing I picked, and once on your second thing, nobody can take it. I was glad because I love this. This is actually stitched on it looks like 40, but it could even be 46. It's pretty small. I think it's a Scarlet House pattern, but I'm not 100% sure. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I put that out every year too. Sometimes I've left it out all year. Try to get these things out of the way. Okay, the next thing, I stitched this a year or two ago, maybe. Actually, the bow has come undone here. Probably a little friend that comes to visit occasionally probably undid that. This is a Reward of Merit by Blackbird Designs called Waiting for the Harvest. It actually pictures it done in Gentle Art Dark Chocolate, but I opted to do it, and I want to say I did it in Nutmeg, and I used 2 different colors. I don't really know. You know, I might have used 1 color, but had a lot of variegation, and the darker I used for the birds, and the lighter of the variegation I used for the pumpkins. Just put a plaid on the back. I tied a bow and put this rusty thing, but the bow has been untied. But I like it in this color as well as this color. So that was, I don't frequently change colors. You know, I might change a color within a sampler or something, but I just kind of felt like doing that, and I'm glad I did, because I think it turned out really cute. I have no idea what fabric that is. This was actually from a magazine, and this is my working copy. It was the October 2008, probably the ornament edition, because this was the copy I took. Trick or Treat by Lottie Da. There's also another one that has her just one big shoe, a witch's shoe, and it says something like, I don't know, Toil and Trouble, something like that. But this was even though there's quite a bit of stitching on these shoes or boots or whatever, it was really kind of quick stitch. And this is on Havana, I believe, by Weeks. Cute. Fun, fun, fun. This is another one I did a few years back. This is the Scarlet House on Redware Road. I might have showed this in my, I can't remember when I finished it, fully finished it. I might have shown this recently. I went to pull stuff and I thought, is this part of what I have already shown? So anyway, on Redware Road by the Scarlet House. So that was fun. And then this one is Cats on Parade. And I did this one, obviously, in 2018. There's a lot of stitching to this. I think it would be cute just straight, too. I used the original fabric, which was Carved Pumpkin by R&R, 30 count. Used 2 strands. My drum making's not that great. It's a little lumpy bumpy. And it's a little more orange than it shows in the video. But it's fun. I like it. And I've done drums before. This has a hard bottom, like a piece of cardboard. I've done some where I've put a piece of cardboard in the top too, and then you layer batting. I think Vanna has a tutorial on doing a drum. And if you layer enough batting, then you can still use the top as a pincushion. But I don't have cardboard in the top on this one. I think that's one of the reasons it's kind of lumpy bumpy. Another wonderful blackbird design that they excel at all these ideas. This is Midnight Ride, also by the Blackbird Girls. And when I did it, I wanted it to look exactly like that. And I really should do this one too, because I think that's adorable, and that would be a quick stitch. Sometimes when I do these, then I file the pattern because I think, oh, well, I've already done that. And then I forget that on the back, especially on Blackbird, sometimes you get little bonus features or extra charts to do some smalls. So I may set that one aside because that would be a quick stitch. And so this is, I bought the box. This is a LaHaye's shaker box. No, it's not. Let's see what kind of box. I don't think it's LaHaye's. It is Lone Elm Lane. So make sure I get that right. And I did this one in 2016. Whoops, 2016. And mounted it on the box. And actually, I made this so that I could take this out. Anyway, I can take it out if I wanted to put, like a Christmas piece or something like that and use the box for another project. Thought it was cute. In hindsight, I might have done the crow. I might have done 2 strands, but it's actually a lighter black than the alphabet. But I still like it. I think it just looks good. So anyway, so that's some of the little goodies I had around the house. I'm going to show you some frame pieces. These are fall framed pieces. Time out. Hold, please. Oh, my coffee got cold. This is another blackbird design. This isn't specifically fall, but to me it looks very fall since it's kind of a monochromatic house. And this one, the pattern actually says 2003, but I did it in 2006. This is one of the very few things I have with glass. See, you can see my chandelier, isn't it? You like it? Anyway, oh, you can see me too. That's scary. Anyway, this was a model at the store where I used to work, so she wanted glass on them. So they actually had it framed for me. At some point, I'd like to take the glass out, but I just don't feel like. Plus, it has way too much margin for me. I like a narrower margin. So anyway, that's one of my framed pieces. This one I didn't find the pattern for. I think it's called Harvest Blessing. I know it's by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. Or maybe it's Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. That might be the name of it. I really loved doing this. Of course, I love big chunks of solid stitching. And interestingly enough, this white pumpkin was done, it calls for it, was done in a silk. And I think it really helped it to, sometimes when you stitch with white, because white, the dye for white is thinner. If anybody wants to correct me, go right ahead. But this is what I've been told, that the dye for white is thinner because different color dyes are thicker. And so that's why a lot of times when you stitch with white, you almost need 2 strands rather than 1. But this called for a silk. I think it was Belle Soie. It's not white. It's white, but it's not called white. But I really like them. I really enjoy doing this. I can't tell you what linen it's on. I really don't remember. I've had this frame for a couple years, so I want to say I did this probably in 2006, 7, somewhere around there. I don't know when the pattern came out, so if it ended up the pattern came out in 2010, then obviously I didn't do it in that time frame. This is another one, and I know it's a blackbird. I can't remember the name of it, but you've all seen this. They have a couple of, and I'm sure it's in a book somewhere, and I probably have the book filed with the blackbird patterns. When I show you the pattern that goes with something, I just go to my file of things that I've finished. So if there's other items in the book or chart, then it goes back in the blackbird just in case I want to stitch those too. So anyway, I love the frame on this. I'm not happy with the framing job. It was and I won't say where, but it was at one of the big box stores, which I know can vary because, they might have a high schooler doing it in my town, and in your town they have an experienced framer. But if you see this margin versus this margin versus this margin, it's just all different. So, but I do love the frame. It's perfect for it. And I probably at the time should have taken it back, but I didn't. So the next one is one I've seen. Whoa. I've seen a couple people starting this or working on this. In fact, some of us get together on Thursdays to stitch at the local quilt shop. Everybody used to sew and now everybody stitches. But 2 people are working on this. And one person is working on 32 count and the other is working on 40 count. So you can tell how much different. I want to say mine is, oh gosh, I don't know. Let's see what it called for. It's by Blackbird. It's called Feast of Friendship. I think Christy Crosshatch Quilts and Celeste from Celeste Creates, I think they're both working on this. I think. I know Christy is. Feast of Friendship. Let's see what it called for. A lot of times I used to just do what it was called for. 30 count Abecedarian. I don't think I used 30 count. I want to say maybe 32. And I think I did use 2 strands. I changed it to Blessings Abound because at the time I did it, I didn't have friends that were doing it with me. When did I do it? I did it in 2012. No, 2017. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I usually put this on an easel in here in the dining room. 2 more to show you. This is not necessarily fall, but to me it looks kind of Darktober or fall. I did this one in 2015. And this is Birds of a Feather Alphabet Sampler by Birds of a Feather. I don't know if this, I think this is still available. I think I saw it like on 123 or something. A lot of people have done it with like a lighter background. I actually had started this way before 2015. And I was having trouble seeing it. So I want to say it's on about like 36. Oh, the fabric is Sparrow, also by Birds of a Feather. Whatever it was on, it might be 32. I was having difficulty seeing it at the time. So I put it away. I want to say I started this, let's see, when did this come out? Doesn't really say, no date. It was one of the first things I also did with overdyed floss. Putty and Onyx by Weeks. Oh, wait, and Caper 3. But like I said, I put it away for a long time, and then I got it out once I got stronger readers, and I was like, well, I need to finish this. And I love it, and I love the frame. It's very primitive. And then the last one I want to show you is Halloween at Hollyberry. This one, I don't know if I dated this. This calls for 35 count R&R 18th century rook, and I'm pretty sure that's what I did it on. But it's a big one. Halloween. You know, old Halloween that we're all going to Halloween at Hollyberry. The linen has a lot of distressed, aged, marks, but I sort of love that. Just adds to the creepiness. Although this is cute creepy. This isn't creepy. So those are the ones I wanted to show you. And I'll show you what I've been working on, and then I'll show you haul, and then I'll show you a few other fall things that I could certainly get back to and do. So anyway, so last video I watched, I always watch them once it comes up. I watch them, and one of the boo-boos I made was toward the end before the quilts came up. I said, these are quilts I put out every Christmas, and they're obviously fall quilts. I watched it and I was like, did I just say Christmas? I had to rewind. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even catch myself. That was bad. But anyway, the whole time I was like, golly, all you're doing is griping about over one. Get over it. So I made the video on Sunday. It was still September, Sampler September. So I just was bound and determined. I thought, that's it. You're going in timeout until you finish the over one on what's her name, because I could not think of the name of the sampler. And I had my husband, he put in the little trailer or whatever that had the name. So when I posted my finish on Instagram, I said, oh, what's her name? I used to know this guy at a church we went to. He was an older man, and he used to say his brain just sat down on him. Okay. So, literally, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, part of Thursday, I worked on the over one with a hoop, going in and out with a magnifier. It was tedious, I'll tell you that, but it's finished. And I just love the look of it. So it's not like I object to the look of it. So this is old what's her name, aka Esther Idison. She got finished in September. This was my only finish for Sampler September. I had 2 lines of the over one finished, and then I did the next 3, which includes that line after this line here. And then her name and the year she did it. Esther Idison. If I spelled something wrong in this, I'm going to blame it on the girl, not me. But I think it's correct. Esther Idison work. In the 19th year of her age. See, she was 19. But you don't know if she started it and finished it in the same year. She very well could. And then at the end, after it has the date, in the 9th, November the 9th, 1832, DIS, period. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I thought, okay, a lot of times they'll say in the year of our Lord, but those initials do not equate to that, so I don't know. So anyway, I took the better part of the first of these 2 weeks since I've seen you or talked to you and did that over one. I think I get a gold star. Can you agree? I thought I grabbed the chart, but I may not have. Who knows? I got a kind of a mess here, so now that I've thrown stuff everywhere. Anyway, Esther Idison, she's finished. I have 3 pieces out for framing now. When they come back, I may send that and Mary bars. We'll see. So then I was like, okay, what am I going to work on for the rest of Sampler September? And I didn't have a whole lot of days left, maybe like 4 or 5. So I decided to work on a piece that a very gracious, sweet lady loaned me this chart. This has been a unicorn chart for me ever since I saw it stitched a couple different places. And it's the Plantation Sampler. So she sent this to me kindly, and, I thought, I really need to work on that. I waited quite a while for some of the threads. I'm using Tanya's conversion, Tanya Brockmeyer of the Scarlet House, and I think she used to have a blog. So if you just typed in Tanya Brockmeyer conversion, the Plantation Sampler, it should come up. But I know I want to say somebody else posted it too, maybe Nicole. Anyway, so I really decided, this is really annoying. I'm trying to keep it in good shape for her since this lady so graciously loaned it to me. And it does have some wear on the edges. So that's why I was hesitant to take it out. Obviously, I take it out to stitch it. Although I have done a working copy so that I'm not manhandling her chart. I love it. It's not a reproduction. But it's just so interesting with these animals, and it's just fabulous. Some people I've seen do it on a lighter, creamier kind of linen. But the person that loaned it to me did it on this same linen, which is 36 count vintage beeswax by R&R. And it's partly DMC and it's partly NPI silks. It has a lot of those really kind of soft, peachy corals. And this is where I am. So I have the border. One side I stitched twice. So, you know, that's a big time rip. Yeah, I was one stitch off on the right side and had to go back. And although it didn't take me long to take it out, because of the way I stitch, I can just pull those, for the most part, pull those stitches out. I love the alphabet. It's different colors for different letters. These are the colors of the flowers. There's more flowers around the edges. I have the outline of the cartouche. And then I have the outline, and I've started, I think I did one of the sheep right here, or part of his body. And that's the same color as this fence that goes up toward the house. I'm really enjoying stitching on that, really enjoying it. So I'll get back to that probably, I don't know when. But I need to do it so I can get the chart back to her. She has already stitched it, but I don't like to borrow things from people. And so when somebody loans me something, I just want to get it done, keep the chart in good shape, and be able to send it back as soon as possible. She's very understanding. She's like, whenever you get it done, but still. So then October 1st was Thursday, and I told you guys October 1st I was starting this, and I did. So this is Ghoul-Tide Welcome. I've done Liberty Welcome and Yuletide Welcome. And be careful when you have project bags that have the plastic on the front. This ended up kind of sticking to the pattern, and then when I pulled it away, it took some of the color off of the printing of the pattern. Doesn't hurt it, but. So I'm working on Ghoul-Tide Welcome. And I worked on this while I was stitching with other people, which is pretty risky, pretty dangerous, but I did it. So, and so far I think I'm okay. I haven't gone completely around on the border. So that was Thursday. Friday I didn't stitch at all because we had our birthday celebration for Mike with the family, because not everybody could get together today. It's like craziness. By the time you have Lindsay and Aaron both work, plus they have all the activities with the kids, which Camille, who's 5 years old, is now a cheerleader. Did you know they had 5-year-old cheerleaders? Well, they do. They're called mini stallions because the team is the stallions. So they're mini stallion cheerleaders. M-I-N-I, mini. It's crazy. And then Elijah, who's 7, plays baseball. That's a couple games a week plus practices. So they're very active. And then Josh and Kara, they're just busy. They both work. So anyway, where was I going? Oh, I didn't stitch on Friday because we got together as a family. I cooked all day, made 2 of everything. I have to eat gluten-free because I have celiac. My son has decided he feels better when he eats gluten-free, even though he's never been tested and diagnosed with celiac. So I made 2 lasagnas, 2 fettuccines, 2 breads. It's like, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. So then I went over there and knocked on the door, said, DoorDash, because here I had all the food. And so by the time we got home, I was just tired, and I sat in my chair and I thought, plus I'm working on a border that I need to make sure I'm really counting really closely. So I did not stitch Friday. So this is what I got done Thursday and yesterday. Yesterday I stitched a little during the day, but mostly at night. And I know this looks weird because I've got the bottom and the sides done, but not the top. But I'll get there. So this is where I am with Ghoul Tide. So I have the border 3/4 of the way done. I think it's going to match. I did the berries, which are actually brown, kind of a brown caramely color. I did the berries part way. So that's what I got done the first day, through the berries right there. And then yesterday I did the other part while watching Harry Potter movies. How perfect is that? I told my husband, after all the cooking I did Friday, I was like, I'm not cooking Saturday. I'm lucky if I get out of my pajamas. I'm not cooking. I'm not cleaning. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to sit. Plus, I took a nap. So today is his birthday. So I fixed him a really nice, I guess you could say a full English breakfast. And then, I don't know what we'll do tonight. Probably just have something at home. Anyway, so that's where I am on Ghoul Tide. So I'm hoping to finish the top part of the border tonight, and then I'll be moving on. I'll probably go directly to this grass so I can get started on that, and then the house. Isn't that fun? There is some over one over here when she put her name. I won't do this work wrought by. I'll just put my first initial, my last name, and the date. Because if you can lessen the over one, why not? So I am stitching that on 36 count sand dune by Lakeside with the called for NPI. And it's like butter. I am just whizzing because it's like butter. I'm really enjoying that. Probably more than anything I've stitched in a while. Certainly more than all that over one I did that one week. So, and then I found a couple things in my stash that I had previously started that I need to finish. Let's see if I can find the chart on this one. This is Casting a Spell. I started this last year and then put it away. I would definitely like to finish this because I have the box. I'm going to paint it black. Mine actually had a broken glass on the top, so I took the glass out. And I may even take, I'm not opposed to taking the lid off completely and just leaving it like this. I don't know. I haven't done anything with the box yet. but I think it's adorable. And I know Nisi has a kind of a tutorial on how she did the to finish them and put them down into the little places. So anyway, this is a humongous piece of linen. It's a 30 count. I have to use 2 strands. I have a couple of the pieces. I have the one done, which is really the most intense stitching I have, and then I have a couple of things started on the other. They're small, and it's just really not that big. And a fat half to stitch those little things. And that's done with they're all just like, there's like 5 colors of overdyes, gentle art. The other thing, I don't know when I started this, maybe last year, I think maybe the year before. And this is Prairie Schooler When Witches Go Riding, right here. And I started it on 40 count mellow by Picture This Plus, and I have no idea where I am. My friend and I were looking at it. She goes, well, I think it's the bottom. I think you started. I said, no, I never start on the bottom. It has to be the top. See the top and the bottom. No, you know what? It does have to be the top, I think. Either way, I need to rip some out because it's wrong. It's just wrong. So anyway, and that I'm doing with the called for DMC. That won't take long. I just need to do that. And I love these little people too. I'd at least like to do the pumpkin and maybe the moon or the witch. I don't know. I'd like to do them all. Make ornaments, but do them separately. And then, this is not necessarily Halloween. This is a kit that I got, and it says Soul Sisters, so I think that was, I don't remember if that was Country Sampler or Dying to Stitch. I apologize to the powers that be. But it's a drum, Kindred Spirits by Blackbird, and it's all one color. No, I think there are some other colors to it. Somewhere I have the floss. It's around here somewhere. So I have a start on that. So sometime during October, I'd like to finish those few things that I have started also. The floss is in here somewhere. Then I've also showed that, would love to start that. I just may start that even if I don't finish Ghoul-Tide. I'd like to finish Ghoul-Tide. I'd like to. Here's another one that some people have been working on. Christy Crosshatch Quilts has Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. The rest I'm going to show you are just some things I have kitted that I would love to do. This I have a piece of 40 count thrift store breeches, hand dyed by Teresa Kitten Stitcher with NPIs. And I have a couple of my homemade, you can tell this is my homemade bag. I didn't have enough fabric to do it the right way, or the right side up. Here's some things I think. I don't have this one kitted, but I love this. Boo and Babby by Brenda Gervais. Some people have talked about this one. Who showed this? I think Christy on her latest video. Her beautiful house and quilts, and she's Crosshatch Quilts. Go watch her if you haven't already. First Winds of Autumn. That was a club kit that I'd like to do. Would love to do Reverend Squash Bottom. He's a cutie. I saw this one done years ago at the Old Mill Stitchery. See, it's written right up here. That's why I keep looking up. Does anybody else do that? It's like you're trying to think of something, so you look up. I don't look down. It's like, I don't know. At least I already made the birthday cake. We have the leftover cake. Okay, All Hallows Eve by Not Forgotten Farm. I don't know if you can still find this, but I saw it stitched at the Old Mill Stitchery. It wasn't huge. Let's see here. The original model was stitched on Ada in 2003. I'm trying to find the stitch count, but I don't see it listed. Oh, 100 by 100. So if you did it on 40 count, it would only be 5 by 5, because math. Anyway, it's cute. That would be fun to do. Not Forgotten Farm. I think she has an Etsy store. Carriage House Samplings, which is Kathy Barrick, also has an Etsy store now. Okay, there's something in another bag that I want to show you. Then I'm going to show you some haul, and then I'll be done. Oh, here's one that I really want to do. I'd love to start this. Jack's Bash by Plum Street. And I was looking on this. I have it kitted. What they're called for. Abecedarian. And so I was looking on this, and at the bottom it says, a heartfelt thank you to Nicole Neville. Nicole's Needlework stitched the model. Very nice, Nicole. It's beautiful. So that's fun. Bounty Sampler by Plum Street. This is a little more fall and autumn than Halloween, but how cute is that? I just love that tree. Let's see if I go this way. Nope, this way. All these pumpkins. Although it's kind of funny. I struggle a little bit doing things sideways. You know, like when you do the word plays by Brenda Gervais that have the months, a lot of your words are sideways. So you're still stitching the same direction as far as which is your top thread and which is your bottom thread. But you're stitching sideways. Makes it kind of interesting. My sister did this one. Adorable. Kidding. Here's one I don't know if anybody has shown a lot recently. Autumn's Fruitful Labor by Plum Street. You know, you could even just do this top. I just think that's really cute. With the giant, what is that? Basket of the pumpkin in it? I don't know. It's a giant something. And then I don't have this kitted, but oh my goodness, have I always wanted to do this. Olga's stocking. I think Christy has it hanging in her house. Deb from Country Stitchers has done it, and she added a lot of specialty stitches to her pumpkins to give them some really cool texture. Love it. Let's see. And then one more. I've shown you this before. Oops, tricks or treats. Why don't y'all just stand on your head? Because it would be a lot easier since I normally put things upside down. Just stand on your head, turn your your TV, whatever, upside down. It would make my life a lot easier. Will you comply, please? Tricks or treat. I'm kidding. You never know. Some people take things wrong. Okay, so that's some would like to stitch. Is that a category? Kitted, ready to go? Something like that. Some of my haul. I'll show you a few things I got in my haul. Somehow I let my subscription run out, so I need to renew my prescription. I have to pick up prescriptions today, too. I need to renew my subscription to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. If you don't have this one, you should. And there's a huge article in here about our favorite kitten stitcher and her story. Featured shop, Shakespeare's Peddler, which is also kitten stitcher. It's a 2-page article. Oh, that's another one that I have kitted. Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler. That's pretty wonderful. And in it, there is a project. It's like a 4-page spread. There is a project to make. Of course, now I can't find the actual picture of the project. There's a project that she designed that you can make. Also, Vanna shows you how to do some great finishing. There's a design by Teresa Kogut. Those of you who already have the magazine are like, yeah, we know. Move on. Oh, I want to show you this project. Just a second. Here it is. It's Teresa's project, which I love this. I love it. I think that is just adorable. So if you go to kittenstitcher.com, her online store, I don't know how many she made, but she has a kit to make that. It's very reasonably priced. You get the little metal thing to finish it into. You don't get the scissors, but you get your linen, you get your threads, and you get the finishing. How cool is that? Now, if you order the kit and you don't have the magazine, it doesn't do you any good because there's no chart to this. This is just the kit. So you have to have the magazine and the kit to make it. So, and then I didn't work on my Mayflower yet. I plan to work on it some in the next week or so. But last time I told you how R&R was making that linen available apart from the Mayflower Coming to America Club. And that the linen, and I couldn't think of the name of it because I didn't look up long enough, whatever. But it's called Mayflower Mocha. I got a half yard of 40 count. It's fabulous. It's just a great color. It's a little darker than what it's showing up there. So that's part of my haul. I also joined Traditional Stitches, and I don't know if you can still get into this or not. I got wild hair on one side. Anyway, quit looking at yourself here. My mom used to say that. We had this humongous mirror that was against the wall, and then our dining room table was in front of it. And so I would sit at the dining room table, talk to my mom or whatever. It was just too tempting. It was like a huge mirror. It was just too tempting to just like, and my mom would always say, Carol, quit looking at yourself. Oh, the words we remember from our parents. It's just, I'm sure she said a lot of nice things, but somehow those ones like that just stick in my brain. So Carol, quit looking at yourself. Oh, Lordy, where was I? Traditional Stitches. That's a Lakeside Fabric of the Month Club. Traditional Stitches is in Canada. So the price you see for the United States won't the price you see for Canada will not be the same that you pay in the United States. US, when it's transferred to dollars, it's cheaper. I don't know if that means our dollar's worth more than theirs, or that's what it sounds like to me, but it could be the opposite because that's too high a math for me. But anyway, I started getting it, and my first piece was and it's fat quarters. I don't know if you can even get more than that, but fat quarters, it's lakeside sand dune. I got a fat quarter of 40. So it's a monthly club. They PayPal you when it's about to ship. So you don't pay in advance. You just pay when it's about to ship. Oh, here's Esther. I knew I got the pattern out. Day late, dollar short. And then I got my club kit from Dying to Stitch, the Berry Club, which are all Erica Michaels. And this one says, Give More. Quaker Wisdom Berry. And that's a complete kit. Haven't done one of them. I commented to somebody on Instagram, oh, you mean we're supposed to stitch these club pieces? Because I thought they were just to put in our stash. And then I mentioned that Carriage House had a Etsy store. I think it's Etsy. I'm pretty sure. It might be an online store, but just Carriage House. This is called Fall's Gifts. I just think that's adorable. I won't do it this year, but sure would be fun to do it next year. By Carriage House. I mean, who doesn't? What is there to not like about that? I'd want to do it on a dark linen, but not black. I think you could even do it on a darker brown, brownish linen. Love it. And then the other one I got is called Ravens and Pumpkins and Cats, Oh My. Now this is all stitched, those little zigzaggy lines. I don't think you would have to do that. Well, you could. I think that is just adorable. So those were two patterns I got from there. And then because Brenda and Laura showed this, I had to get this from Kitten Stitcher. Also by Carriage House. Maria P. Oliver, Reproduction Sampler. That's beautiful. That would make a beautiful drum. It'd be kind of fat, but it's a matter of fat. And then, of course, I got the new Blackbird. I think I forgot to show you this last time. Sweet Summer Come Again. I think that's really cute. And then I got a couple of fun things. This says pumpkins, obviously, and this is from Michelle at Under the Woolen Willow. Her stuff goes like hotcakes. She can post it, and an hour later, they're all gone. So I was fortunate enough to get that one. So it'll sit somewhere around here. And then I found a site that I just love. I think this is so cute. This is by an Etsy store called Old Timeys. It's one word, OldTimeys. I'll spell it again. OldTimeys. Old Timeys. They're painted. This is muslin. This is painted on. The hat is painted, so it's hard crinkly. And it's a little scarecrow. And it says scarecrow. I watch a lot of British murder shows. You know, they always have the tag on the toe. Maybe they do that in real life. I've never seen a dead body in real life, other than a funeral, but I meant in the morgue. It's not funny, Carol. I know, but it looks like, you know, John Doe, scarecrow. And then I just love this. This is adorable. Look at that cat, the mouse. the pumpkin, and this is all painted. So it's muslin. I imagine she sews it first and then paints it with a little bit of moss. I got enough of this in my front yard. I could send it to her. How cute is that? This little piece of like cheesecloth dyed and tied in a bow, button eyes. This is like 3-dimensional nose. So cute. And this one says, eek. Do it with this hand. Eek. Old Timies. Etsy. So then after I got that, I went and ordered a witch and a pumpkin head doll. I mean, they're like full-size stuffed dolls, so I'm excited about that. 56 minutes here. I said it wasn't going to be long, and it's almost an hour. So anyway, I'm not having my husband do anything. This is like totally ready to just upload. He doesn't have to edit anything. So since it's his birthday, happy birthday, Mike. Thank you for all that you do for our family, and God bless you. And I will say bye. Love ya. Toodles. Bye.